Hey folks, it's Bob here at Sorrento Hill. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. The cicada emergence has really come on strong in the past few days. And where it was before, it was nice and quiet. Now I got cicadas chirping like crazy. It's been an interesting week out here. Monday I had the guy from our electric utility in, the staking technician, to approve us for permanent power. We've been running, I've got a temporary power pole out by the road with a meter on it. And when they put that in and then I've got cable that I ran to a post over by the laundry shed, and it's got it's got a couple breakers in it, and it feeds the laundry shed and the garage and the RV. Well, when I put my temporary power in, I had to pay like $376 to get that in, and then it's out by the road, and then I had to run the cable myself, which is no big deal. I bought some direct burial cable and just laid it right in the ground, no biggie. Well, the guy, when he was here, he told me, I got this letter from Ozark Border telling me that I paid my temporary power and telling me that when I converted to regular power, there would be no charge. Well, and then the guy staked out. He said, yeah, we'll just come along beside your drive and run it up to your house. No problem. And, well, some things have changed in the intervening 4 years. It's no longer free now to get converted over to permanent power. I'm going to have to pay $500. And not only that, when the staking tech came out, he said, no, we won't run up your drive. We need, in order for them to run power, have their contractor in and run power from the house and put from the road and where the transformer is and put a meter up on the house, they want a cleared 20-foot right-of-way. And just for power, because they won't put it in the driveway. They won't do that. The guy, when he was first here, he said, yeah, we'll just put it right up here. This will work out great. And he says, no, we don't do that. And so we need a 20-foot cleared right-of-way. And I'm not going to clear 20 foot of trees out here. And then he said, then you wouldn't be able to, that would need to stay a right-of-way. So they would have access to it if they ever needed. So I wouldn't be able to, like plant on it, build on it, park on it. So I'm like, that's crazy. He said, but we can put your meter base out here next to the transformer, and you can run your own power up there wherever you want, whatever way you want. So I'll do that. So in the meantime, that's going to cost, I think I was figuring out with what I'll need, it'll cost me close to $1,000 for the run of cable that I would need to bring up. That's if I go with the direct burial cable. It would be a little bit less if I go with a cable that I'd have to put in conduit. But by the time you add the conduit cost into it, it's going to be around $1,000 for the cable. So I thought, well, people used to run homes for years and years and years on 100 amp. So I switched power from feeding that pole over there, which I guess it's washed out, you can't see, feeding that pole beside, the box that I've got beside the laundry shed. I switched it over to the house, and I put in a 60 amp breaker and ran wire over to that pole to power up the laundry shed and the garage and the RV. So now I've got power in the house, and with having power in the house, I can do this now. Yeah, I got lights in my kitchen. And I got lights in my laundry room. And I got lights in the pantry. Boy, it's really bright in here. That's just 4 of these light fixtures. And what I'm using, you know, when we were first planning this out, in order to have recessed lighting, what I would have to do is, you know, they have those fixtures that go in, and then you have the adapter, and you have a bulb, and you have all this trim and everything like that. Well, in the past few years, they've come out with these neat lights, and they're available in either 4-inch or 6-inch. And what it is this is the light. This is the fixture that goes up in the ceiling. It's LED. This is a 6-inch LED. It's equivalent to I think lumens wise, it's equivalent to a 75-watt bulb, but it draws like, I don't know, 8 or 9 amps of current. You know, 8 or 9 watts. So you can have, it would take 6 of these, 9 watts per 6-inch one. So 6 of these uses less power than one 60-watt incandescent bulb, and that's all they are. You just a little spring clip, and then they have a separate little power box, and it's got the little wire connections in it. You don't even have to use tools. It's just got the push-in clamps for your wire, knockouts on either side, so you can run power in one side and then run out to the next light to daisy chain them. Got a little switch on it here. For color temperature, you can either go with a warm light all the way up to a bright daylight light, and that's what I've got, the daylight. Got them set at the daylight light, and you just it's got a couple screw holes in the back. You just mount that up on the one of the joists, and then plug this in. And what I've done on a temporary basis to have lights, because it's kind of dark in here, is I just take some of the scrap pieces of the beadboard, cut a hole in it, and then the light fixture goes in that, and then up there between the rafters, and so I've got lights. And the beauty of it is, with these things being flat like this, I can put my insulation in. The insulation will go right on top of it. And then as I get money to buy the tongue and groove for the ceiling, as I put that in, it'll just be unscrew the little connector there. It's just got a little plug and then a collar that screws on to hold it in place. And remove this, drill my hole, reconnect my cable, and push it up into place. And these spring clips, these are pretty stout. That's what retains it up in the ceiling. These things weigh next to nothing, but you see the light that they provide. So that was pretty cool. So I got my water heater. I got to put it in. I'm gonna do some more electrical before I tackle that, because I've got some issues to deal with there. I've been putting drawers in. I've got this one drawer here. It's a wide drawer, and it's kind of sticking. I don't think I've got it in just right. But what I'm gonna, and it won't come out all the way, because when I was designing and building this, I didn't account for the fact that this apron front sticks out. So the drawer front, it's the apron front, so I don't have full use of my drawer. So what I'm going to do is pull this drawer out, and I'm going to put me another rail inside the cabinet there, put another rail, and I'll modify the box so it's narrower, the cabinet door, so it's narrower, and that way I'll be able to pull it out all the way, and it'll clear this. little things sometimes you don't think of along the way, but you know, I don't do everything perfect all the time, but sometimes you have to recover from that. And I've got 4 more drawer boxes built to go in right here. So I'll go ahead and get those put in. I've got the boxes built. I got the fronts made and stained. I haven't mounted the fronts yet. I was waiting for the stain to dry. It's been so humid that it's taken a while for the stain to dry up. So what I'm going to do, I think, before I get started on drawer boxes, while it's cool in here, one of the things that's been a pain in the neck is it's dark in this bathroom. I've had to use this temporary light pole, and you can see what happens when I turn the lights, those off, and I'm always tripping over them and stepping on them, and that's low enough, it's always in my eyes. So what I'm going to do is, before I get going with anything else, I'm going to put lights in the bathroom here so that I can see. I got my wire dropped, and right up in the center here, I'm going to be putting an exhaust fan with a light. Well, I don't have that yet, so what I'll do is I'll just leave some extra wire there to tie that in, and I'm going to come in right here above the sink. I'll put 3 of the 4-inch fixtures above the vanity, and again, right here, I'm going to be putting in the shower. I'm going to put one of these. I'm going to put a ceiling fan, exhaust fan, up here in the shower, which I haven't bought that yet. So I'll go ahead and put one of the 4-inch bulbs in here too. So I have light in here. So as I do more work here, I'll actually have light without having to use that temporary pole. And then, here you just see an example. I just ran into it. And then this guest bedroom here, where I've got a lot of materials stored, every time I go to do something in there, I've got to use a flashlight, or else turn this light so that it kind of shines through the door. So I'm going to take and put one of my 6-inch fixtures in there, so I have a light in there so I can see what I'm doing. So that's what I'll be doing for now. Is I'll go ahead and put that electrical in, put those lights in. I'm gonna have to buy a bunch more of these bulbs, but a bunch more of these fixtures. But it's pretty neat. They're a really neat product, and the beauty of it is they're about $20 a piece, and that's including tax. So that's pretty cool, because just with the other type, where you've got the fixture that goes up in there, and then you've got the can, and then you've got to put a reflector in it, and you got to buy the trim for it and all that. And then the bulbs that screws up in there, well, those things cost they cost over twice as much by the time you get it all said and done. So this is a nice inexpensive way to do it, and they look really nice. And boy, I tell you, it's nice having light in here, and to be able to show that to Debbie when she came home last night, and she said, yeah, it's perfect, because I've got light shining down on each countertop. There's light shining right on the countertop where you would be working. Right in front of you, there's one that's directly above the sink. So that's pretty cool. So I'll be getting that done, and then I'm gonna put these drawer boxes together, get that other drawer out and modify it, and I'll catch up with you as I'm working on these drawers. And then it'll be tackling this water and making sure everything's good there. So that's where I am right now. We'll catch you a little later, and I'll show you what I'm doing on those drawer boxes. All right, so this is what I meant by how easy this is to do. It's got a little cushion trim ring that goes around it. I've got to piece of board that I cut a hole in, and you just put your wire in the hole, and it's got these spring clips, and you push the spring clip up, it slides through, and boom, there you go. It's mounted in there. It's a flush mount. A little dirt from my jigsaw from cutting the hole, but it comes with a template to mark the hole, and boom, there you go. And then all you do once you get up there and you mount this box, that's the hardest part, is because you got to hold the box up there and get my fat fingers in here with the screw to get it in place, because my screws, you know, it's got a place where you can slide it over a screw or a nail, but my screw heads are a little too big for that. So there's the screws I've got, so I have to do it like that. Anyways, your wiring connectors, and then boom, you just once you got it up there, this just screws in, plugs in, and screws in. You turn your light switch on and you've got a light. And the beauty of this too is not only do you have the different color temperatures, but these are dimmer friendly. If you get an LED service dimmer switch, you can also use a dimmer switch on these, which I'll be doing in the living room. Debbie asked for that last night. When I told her that these were dimmer compatible, she wants dimmers in the living room. So that's that. Just mount the box, terminate the wires, and they're push on. So there's no, you know, I mean, you just strip the wire back and you push it in the hole here. It pushes in, grabs hold, and you don't even have to mess with wire nuts or screws. So they make it pretty easy for you. All right, moment of truth. It's not going to be super bright because I've only had two of these 4-inch lights, but I've got one up there and one up there, and I'll be adding 2 more plus, you know, one on either side of it. So, wow, it worked. You know, that's always a nice feeling when you turn a switch on and the light works in the shower. Boom. And it works. So now I've got some light in here so I can see what I'm doing going forward. And then right up there, I'll put my fan that'll exhaust out that way. And here I will put another light on either side. So there'll be 3 of these above the vanity. And then right up there where I got it tied together, that will be where the fan will go. When the fan goes in, that won't be tied together anymore. That's just temporary. That's why it's not in the junction box. So I got lights now, so I don't have to use this light stand that I trip over. Now I'm going to do one in the guest room, so I can take this and put it back into storage. All right. Well, you see, I went ahead. I had to run to the store anyway, and I got my latest rebate card, so I bought some more, the 4-inch lights, and also bought a ceiling fan or exhaust fan and put in with the LED light. This thing is quiet. It's the quietest fan I've ever heard. When I first turned it on, I had a fan going out in the living room, and I couldn't hear it. I thought it wasn't running. So now I just got to climb up there and run the duct up there and outside. And got the lights in the shower, and Debbie was satisfied. She felt like she could take a shower in here. She made the comment, cracked me up, because she said, I shower with my eyes closed anyway, so I don't really need lights. Why'd I go to all that trouble? So, you know, it's good being married to someone who has a sense of humor. It really is. All right, so got those lights, and it's the end of another long day. I'm going to go in, grab a shower, grab something to eat, and we will talk to you on the next one. thanks for stopping by. Hope you're enjoying what we've got going. Tomorrow, I'll share, I'll do some more video over the next couple days. Tomorrow, I'm going to be installing my water heater and testing all my water, make sure that I've got water throughout the place. And now that I got power, I could actually power my water heater up and make some hot water and take my shower over here. Who knows, maybe I'll do that. So until then, this is Bob at Serenity Hill. Thanking you for stopping by. Don't be afraid to get out there and do something you've never done before. You know, it might just turn out pretty bright. Talk to you later. Bye now.